Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the back nine of second round CDGC lead card FPO division. I'm Stanislaus Amann, next to me it's Tomáš Valík, and we will have a closer look on the FPO division, what's going on here.
After front 9 we see Sophie Bretchko still holding the lead, and Katka Boďová and Eliška Bártková closing just a bit by a few strokes, battle for the second place as we move to hole 10.
Hole number 10 is a pretty long hole, 125 meters, big hyzer bomb. It turns to the left pretty strong. I think it might be a little bit out of reach for those ladies, but they will definitely have good looks for par. So the biggest challenge is first of all to hit this main gap. You can see Eli with going with a pretty low shot that just skips into the rough long.
That's the only danger on the hole, is going too far, which Eliška did, and she'll have a really hard look from there, while Sophie plays it just to the middle.
Yeah, those straight bushes are pretty thick.
Katka throwing a similar shot.
Yeah, nice left to turnover.
A par is this is again a two-shot hole. You want to get to the place where Katka and Sophie are, and then approach to the basket. Danica as well, doing a great job.
It's a pretty smart thing that they all played that low. They all can capitalize a little bit on the skip, and it's probably the safest shot through the gap. Here we see Sophie approaching with a really nice hyzer.
Both her and Katka are in 5 meters. Should be easy cleanup.
Pretty close to the basket.
Danica even dings the basket on her approach.
Yeah, great approach, great par.
But Eliška needed a shot to get out of the Hungary bushes.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate.
And still left with an approach.
This hole playing on the easier side for FPO division, only 0.6 over par. There was no double bogey on the day and lots of pars. Katka with a pretty nice putt.
We see Eliška here saving a bogey.
Yeah, I spoiled already that this putt will go in. I'm sorry about that. Definitely do better next time. Nice putt still.
Sophie will try to clean up her par as well.
Going through her routine.
A little bit low, but she does.
Just catching left side.
And then it's with an easy tap in.
Yeah. You shouldn't miss those, huh? Nice putt. Nice. Happy about the par.
Hole number 11. A really hard hole even for the MPOs. Here the ladies wanna go straight and not end up in the right bushes. They are the only danger on this hole. And then have a similar approach to what you see on the last hole. This hole may be playing similar to what we see on hole 10.
Yeah.
To go straight lower, we see Sophie going to the right.
The scoring average is way higher.
Is it?
It's more than one stroke higher than on the previous hole. But I think the gap is also tighter and especially further away of the tee, so that might make it a little bit more difficult. And
there's more. The danger is way closer on the right and on the left, but you still want to go straight. Just as Dani said it.
Yeah.
That was a great shot.
Pretty good shot. Let's see what has Eliška.
She pushes the right side. Maybe she can stretch out of the bushes.
I think she will have a play for par. Sometimes it's a smart play to just ride the side of the danger, you know, if there's the danger on the right side, just ride the right side on a hyzer and fade away from it.
That way you gain more space where you just can fly. Yep, exactly.
Okay, Eliška with at least a look for her par. Here we have, who even is it? Katka.
It's Katka from...
Well, no. She's going with a sidearm. I think that's the first sidearm we are seeing in this FPO coverage second round, isn't it?
That may be right.
Yeah, I mean, Katka, also former Ultimate player, she might have a good sidearm. Yeah, you can see
face.
that's a par putt.
Maybe just on the edge of the blackberry bushes.
Ah, you found some blackberries in there?
There were a lot of blackberries.
So that was, I assume that was a pretty welcome snack for the cameraman during this tiring round, huh?
Especially in this heat.
Mm-hmm.
For me, for the ladies, for everybody. This tournament was really difficult in this way.
Sure. I mean, we are pretty far south here. We checked it on the map. It's definitely way farther south than where us two are living. Yeah, it might be, maybe Danica might have like a slightly advantage on living in kind of the same region temperature-wise, but it's definitely, pretty hot summer.
Yeah, it was really hot. That's the point we're trying to make. Sophie hits the top of the basket for her part. It's a shame. Let's see if Danica misses as well.
Yeah, pretty challenging.
That will probably be a bogey. See Katka.
Katka under the branches, low ceiling, but rings it up for a bogey. Pretty nicely done.
And here Eliška, and I want you to look at the branches now as she tries to putt. Now the wind gusts started to blow.
And yeah, I mean,
the center.
The wind definitely helped this disc to jump back out of the basket.
It was too high, but still, it was pretty unfortunate to have this kind of a spit out.
And you can see Sophie trying to make something special happen, but those are some pretty tough comeback putts below those branches. They are hanging incredibly low.
You definitely want to be shorter to the basket than longer.
Yeah, definitely. Here we have Danica. This is ready for bogey.
Takes her time. Cleans it up.
Snakes it in.
Eliška with an unfortunate tap in for her double bogey.
Spit out never feels good. It's always annoying.
Well, you see her, she still smiles.
Yeah. Here we have hole 12, par 4, pretty sharp dogleg to the right. The tee shot is about 80 to 90 meters straight, and then you have another 80 meters to the basket. Here we have this main tunnel that you need to try to hit on your first shot. Definitely lefty friendly hole, and as Dani Hatvani, the course designer, mentioned, this is the idea of this hole, to have kind of a mirror to hole number 4, which is a dogleg to the left.
Yeah, and the first shot on this hole is way more difficult than the fourth. It's more tight, it's tighter, and you need to go longer and have even the need for a perfect shot is even higher than on fourth.
Yeah, it's pretty deceiving distance. I mean, the mandatory, it might be only 80 meters, but because of the height, it plays way longer. You really need to power one down the tunnel.
This looks like a great shot, but there's still one bush that's catching a lot of shots, from where you need to approach with a forehand. Danica catches on her second right side.
Yeah, here you can see the mandatory with this marked with this, what's it called? Yeah, like Danica finally in position to have a shot, but still it's not gonna be easy from there.
Eliška opting for a forehand in self-defense. She hit a branch, and she unfortunately missed the Mendo line by a few centimeters.
Oh, that's unfortunate, but actually I would say it doesn't even matter, because if she would have stayed safe, she can just lay up and the lie might not turn out much better than the drop zone.
Sure. But having a good approach would be better.
Definitely.
than a penalty.
Definitely. So this is the drop zone. 80 meters pretty much on a slightly turnover angle. And again, you just need to make sure to not go long off the basket, because the branches there are hanging low.
And on this hole, this is the one drop zone out of all courses that you wanna train
Definitely.
Because you, at least once you'll be probably throwing from there or just 1 meter away from it. I heard about some game plans on this hole where you wanna end up where you wanna miss the Mando on the first shot and throw your third from the drop zone.
Yeah. Yeah, not surprising that there was not a single birdie on this hole in FPO division. This hole averaged 2.27 over par, so that's like 6 strokes and more in average for FPO division. You definitely can gain some strokes even with a bogey.
It was a great
shot,
great try by Eliška.
Yeah, tickles a chain on the outside, really nice try. Sophie, a little bit with a conservative run, will have a pretty easy tap in.
Eliška coming back.
You still can see the branches moving while Eliška just splashes out on the right side.
It was way windier on the second day than the first one.
Yeah, I've heard so too. Especially...
It's the hot weather, we had some rain in the morning on the second round, I believe.
Yeah, but it was only a few drops, raindrops. It was not a whole lot, but a little bit. Yeah, here Katka with a great par, gaining some strokes on the field for sure. As you see, Danica with a double bogey. Sophie also tapping in a bogey, so it's already getting tight on the top. Only 3 strokes difference between the leader and the second.
And we're moving to hole 13, which is a par 3, 108 meters. It's a hole shaping pretty way far to the right. So again, for these ladies, the first one, it will be a placement shot where you want to get a great look for your second, where you want to go to the basket. The problem on the second will be a huge tree, is it a pine?
Yeah.
You know, that you want to miss. It will be always in your way for your second shot. And here, on the first shot, you want to make the gap. Sophie went a bit too high.
Not the line that I wanted, but...
It's really hard to get your disc turning until the end on your drive. I have also seen some people using the roller on this shot just to make sure to go right until the end, because for me it feels this basket is so much to the right, you just need to try to go right as far as somehow possible.
Yeah, but late, not early, right?
Yeah. Here we see Eliška.
Probably with her Valkyrie.
You think it's a Valkyrie? Yeah, one of her more understable ones, most likely. Great pull.
Throwing really far.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Throwing it far here gives you a way more open approach.
Yeah, but she'll be hidden behind the tree, so we'll see about her approach. Then it's choosing the left side of the tree,
which is the more open, I would say. Here we have Eliška, standstill approach with her start. Nice nose up spinny shot. Comes in a little bit hot. This is gonna be a challenging putt for her par save. And here we have Katka with the lefty advantage. Just she can just go with a hyzer approach here. Puts it pretty close.
She does a great job.
She's gonna have another par, it looks like.
And Sophie...
That really looked like an ultimate type of shot.
Yeah, definitely.
Didn't it?
And she's 2 meters from the basket.
Yeah.
That will be a easy cleanup for her par.
Great shot.
And it's unfortunately missing low, getting a roll away. Yeah, the thing we don't really see on this course is elevation. It's pretty much flat. Besides the basket of 5, that's the only elevation on the entire course.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
that's the essence of Hungary, maybe.
Yeah, that's just what I was about to say. Hungary, not necessarily known as a really, a country with lots of elevation changes. I personally always like to play on a perfectly flat course because I need to play a lot in elevation.
In Austria?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it definitely is a really interesting aspect of the game to have some elevation changes. Here we have Sophie tapping in for a great par.
And Katka unfortunately with her bogey, with her miss way to the basket.
Hole number 14, one of the easier ones of the course, 92 meters. there is a gap. The basket is just slightly to the right of the gap, so you need to make sure to hit it on Anheuser or maybe even with a forehand. There's also a backdoor hyzer over the top of the previous basket, but I don't think we will see it from the FPO division.
They will all go. They will all choose the left gap. So if you throw it too low, so she'll have to approach.
Katka just a little inside, otherwise she would have a play for birdie for sure.
Danica using the entire fairway, getting really far, but still will be on the left side. We'll see what kind of approach she has.
I think it should be easy par. Eliška with a great pull, piping it into the gap. That's really a birdie look for sure.
Yeah, definitely. That's like, I think it's on the edge of circle, so she'll have a look.
Really nice. Great approach here. Anna's approach with Sophie. And yeah, here we can see the danger of the hole. If you don't make it through the first gap and end up to the right side, you might not have much of a par look.
That was also like an ultimate throw.
Yeah,
from Katka.
Sure. Danica also with a forehand. Maybe even thinking about a little run, ending up pretty close. And here we have it, the birdie look for Eli.
Just a bit too low. Maybe a bit, maybe maybe she was nervous. She felt the pressure or just didn't commit enough.
Which putts do you think produce more pressure, birdie putts or par putts?
For me, it's the birdie putts.
It's the birdie putts. Yeah, I think most or many people will agree on that. I'm not that sure.
And they have the same meaning, right? With those putts.
Yeah, of course,
It's
every putt
stroke.
counts the same. As we see some really nice par cleanups here. Eliška with another par, and just like that we approach the next hole.
Hole number 15 is a par 5, 240 meters, which is reachable for the women. The first shot you want to get way to the right, behind the big tree, then have a straight shot to the opening, and then to the basket. It's like the perfect plan for a birdie, for men and even for women.
Yeah, I think you can have the birdie with throwing 3 mid-ranges. It's pretty attackable. Par 5.
Unfortunately, Sophie throws it way too low. She'll have to battle for it.
Yeah, that might either be because of the heat or because of some nerves, who knows.
And throwing on this angle is hard. It's not what you throw on the most holes. You throw straight or in a hyzer. And throwing in low is the mistake.
Yeah. And we see Danica with kind of a straight approach just to the perfect position. Eli with a beautiful Anheuser.
I believe this is a putter. And
nice.
she's in a great position for a second.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of choices where this ladies here on the lead cut disc down to putters or mid-ranges just to stay in the fairway, just to execute the nice shots. And this is a great pull by Danica, just turning it a little bit, big distance drive. I'm not sure what disc she is using here, but this was a good shot.
On many drives she was using the Mantis, disc drive Mantis. So maybe I believe that was that.
Well possible.
Sophie throws her third,
and
she'll
here,
be in the middle.
even on this kind of shot, Eliška is throwing standstill. Do you think she does it because she is scared about putting her foot on the wrong place with a run up, or?
I believe she's just more comfortable with the standstill.
That's great. Katka leaking right a little bit, and here we have Sophie already with her third shot, playing it pretty tight to the left side, but perfectly in the gap.
Yeah, she's in the middle. She'll have a great approach to the basket. Eliška right now, she wants to put it where Sophie is.
A little bit too straight, I would say.
Yeah, she'll be under the tree.
Yeah, she would have.
But there's some way from under that tree.
There's definitely some scramble options. Danica with her third, a really good shot could bring her in birdie position. Yeah, that's a long putt.
It'll be short, and she's still on the left side of the fairway. Katka here from the bushes, approaching to the window.
Yeah, just playing it smart, getting back in position, having a chance for par. That's a
with
pretty nice
approach with a dart, a beautiful
Oh,
approach.
that's amazing.
That looked like the hyzer, but it was just a beautiful hyzer.
Just riding the anhyzer until the end, landing it flat. Amazing.
Really look easy, and Eliška with not so much of a great approach, but she was straddling under those bushes, was turned back to the basket.
Yeah. On this hole we have seen one birdie on the day for FPO division. It was not in the lead cut, so congrats to Tina Milenkovic, Croatian FPO competitor, for grabbing the only birdie. This hole scoring wise, playing probably more on the harder side, with averaging 1.4 strokes above par.
As we see Eliška with a great putt, but just a bit too low.
Would have been a great par save. Danica
This is an unfortunate airball for Danica.
Yeah, you could see her going to the straddle stance. There was definitely some branches in the way. Always never easy to change our putting stance, you know. Here we have the bogey for Danica. Yeah, Danica really needs to have a strong finish now if she wants to remain on the lead card. There's definitely some hot scores in chase card. Andrea Bernjak from Slovenia having pretty good second round.
And the thing we need to mention is that Andrea had the same score as Eliška and Danica.
Yeah, she was already tied after round number one.
So she is in the battle for the spot on the lead card.
Here we have hole number 16. It's a big turning shot. 120 meters, might play a little bit shorter in my opinion. I'm not sure if these ladies are able to attack the basket. Most likely it's gonna be some kind of turnover shot with some understable disc, as we see Katka ripping out a left-hand hyzer.
But they shouldn't feel pressure on this hole, because you need to hit like some window. The biggest mistake you would do is hit the tree on the right, but then the fairway is really open and you have a clear way to the basket. Maybe you need to just throw some low ceiling shot.
Yeah.
But other than that, these ladies are really hoping for par here.
Yeah, and we can see it's a pretty open fairway, so there's a great opportunity to just rip a disc as far as possible, as we see some really nice crushes. I mean, those shots might even be longer than 100 meters. Pretty well done, pretty easy approaches. I expect some pars here of this lead card.
It's approaching, great approach through the window. You wanna hit where there's the most space. Sophie is playing so well with the ground. She threw it low and knew that it would skip and slide, and she's close to the basket.
Yeah, great play. Also Katka just parking the shot. That's gonna be the easiest par on earth, you know. Can Eli follow up? Yeah, she already was able to jump putt her approach, so this is the longest putt for par we see on the card.
Danica with a par.
Yeah, hole 16 only playing half a stroke over par for the whole division. No double bogey on the day for all FPO competitors.
So the only mistake you would do here is a double putt or hitting some of the trees on your approach.
Or maybe hitting early, as you mentioned before.
Yeah.
That could cause some trouble as well. The next hole.
We're heading to hole 17, which is an island hole, but the island is pretty big, so you are expecting to hit it, and it's 95 meters to the basket. You're throwing a disc of your choice. You can throw whatever you want. You just need to end really low, because there's a lot of branches, and the basket is protected by these logs.
So the course designer made sure that the players can't use the skip there, huh? Seems like. I would say this hole is one of the most attackable holes, one of the easier birdies. So let's see if we can see some birdies here.
Both Sophie and Katka ending up on the left side, so they will have a really long look for their birdie, as does Danica. She ends up even behind the tree.
And Eliška, is she even going standstill?
she? No.
That's most likely a Valkyrie, huh?
I believe that's leopard.
Ah.
Leopard.
A nice straight flying fairway driver. That's definitely inside circle putting for birdie.
Danica, she's really far. She wants to just approach the basket. Oh, and that's unfortunate. Just a bit to the right.
Yeah, still a chance for the par. Sophie with
Par look. There are so many chances. So many of the ladies were so close to hitting those outside of the circle.
Yeah, and there were definitely a lot of chances for some great highlights.
Maybe they will get better in the final round, right?
I think you as a cameraman, you just move too much and distracted him, and I'm pretty sure about that.
They didn't complain to me. Maybe they are
they're
complaining
just
behind my back.
too friendly, exactly. I was listening to some trash talk. Of course not.
Eliška with a birdie putt.
At this point, I really want to point out as well the great work of the camera crew, just catching these beautiful pictures and just behaving professional and not disturbing the players at all, at least what I experienced.
Thank you. A shout out to Attila and Zsolt, the volunteers who are doing the catching.
Yeah, there were some locals that just volunteered to help you. And Eliška, we need to talk about that. She had some really good birdie chances already in this round. So if you think back to hole 14, there she missed the putt just inches low, and now again. Pretty unfortunate, otherwise she would do a serious push for the lead and to get her in position for tomorrow to attack the gold medal, you know.
So all ladies with bar and Danica with a bogey, and here it happened off camera. She got stung by a wasp.
Oh, that's
As
unfortunate.
we are heading to hole 18.
Hole 18, one of the hardest holes on the course. Very long tunnel to start the hole, at least 110 meters I would say. The total of length of the hole is 225 meters par 4. There is a lot of danger. There's some I would say it's a wood where you're throwing through early, and then later there's a lot of OB. Yeah,
we could saw that. There was a backup on this hole, and she got stung into her thigh, and she really didn't feel good before this tee shot. So I hope she battles with the last one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say it's luck, but at least it was only one hole to play anymore after being stung by a wasp. I mean, yeah, definitely unfortunate situation, but she will come back stronger tomorrow, I'm sure about that. And Eli with a really nice pull down the gap.
So on their first shot, they want to really end up in the middle of the tunnel, in the middle of the fairway. That's the perfect spot for them and for everybody. Like being off the fairway on your first shot is a really tough par save.
Yeah, you definitely need to make sure to pull out the straightest disc you have in the bag.
Sophie is doing great work getting out of the tunnel. With
being out of the tunnel with 2 shots is, I would say that's well done.
Eliška with a forehand in self-defense.
Not seeing too many of them out of her,
but she'll
well
be in
done.
a great spot. And watch Danica's. She was heading into the forest, but hit the sign that said Szarvasi and got kicked back into the fairway. So that was lucky.
So like some friendly treatment of the course, and a great out by Katka, but she will have a really challenging angle to attack the green, as it is a really hard left turn.
And even as for a lefty, it will be a really hard shot. But Katka is really great with those turning and hyzer shots. So
let's see if she will attack the pin. Eli with a great pull.
And Eliška here picked up her, I believe, is again the boss, her stable disc, and probably wanted to go behind the corner. She threw it way to the left and will be in the bushes.
Okay, yeah. Maybe a little bit too overstable of a disc choice. Sophie with a really nice hyzer shot here, in position for easy bogey.
She's behind the corner.
And here we have it, the lefty turnover shot.
And here you see it. Katka is just so good with his shots.
Yeah, really amazing play. I mean, really impressed by that. Danica with a standstill. This is her 4th already. third?
I believe it's so.
It's always hard to have the exact number of shots.
Eliška just pitching out because there's nothing left.
Yeah, and that's a smart choice for sure all day. That's most likely her stud. Do you agree with me on that?
I believe there's a different disc, this purple
Okay,
one.
maybe it's a navy.
Maybe.
Sophie with a really long par look. No,
it looks like she gave it a try. She
was definitely thinking about it.
And it's great. Katka was dominating the scene for a long time, right?
Definitely.
She has now some competitors.
Yeah, I think she is also happy about that. We can definitely be ready for some great disc golf in FPO division. The FJ18 division is also pretty promising, so there's a bright future here in Central Europe. Yeah, we're not just closing up the last card on the day, finishing on hole 18. You can see it's already getting a little bit darker. The sun is definitely not as high anymore.
Eliška ending up with a double bogey. Will close out the round at +30. Katka at +22 for after 2 rounds. Sophie will remain in the lead to the final round. She'll have 3 strokes to Katka.
Yeah. And Danica on +31, not on the lead card anymore for the final day, because Andrea Berniak is in tight 3rd place. And just like that, we are really excited who will take the title down. Thanks for everyone watching. Thanks to proDiscgolf for supporting the coverage. Thanks for PDGA Europe for supporting the tournament and the coverage. And make sure to like and subscribe. Join us on the 3rd round lead card MPO division.
This was Stani Amann
and Tomáš Valík sitting next to me. Thanks a lot.
Attila.
Attila.